Hey guys, welcome back to our channel and welcome to part 3 of my flower bed makeover series. If you haven't watched parts 1 and 2, definitely go check those out. So today I'm back with more plants and flowers for my front end section here. We have some really pretty orangish red Gerber daisies. And then we got some different hostas here. They're supposed to be more shade tolerant than the other ones, and it's kind of more shady over here in the afternoon, so I was hoping they'll work here. Then we also have some red dianthus. And don't mind the spider plant in the middle there, it's not going to stay there. But there's another dianthus, a couple more of those hostas. I haven't picked any for this section in between here yet, but we'll get to that later. The tools I'll be using today are number 1, my husband's drill, and attached to it, these little auger attachments. They come with different sizes depending on how big you need. I'll link the exact ones I got below. I just got them off good old Amazon. And then of course some gloves, a shovel, and a box cutter knife. So I just have everything placed along the flower bed exactly where I want them to go, and if you guys watched my last video, you know I didn't have enough to finish out this front section, but I obviously went back to TLC and picked up the rest. I'm still not sure what I want to do on this end piece yet, but we'll get to that later. Okay, just me hauling all my tools down so we can get to work. So first things first, we're going to cut an X in our weed barrier where we want our flowers to be placed. Then we're going to peel back the flaps. And I went ahead and took my flowers out of the little pot it comes in right here. Then we're going to grab our drill with the auger attachment and drill the spot we just cut open. So here I was going to check and see if the hole I had dug was big enough. And if you saw what I did there on the bottom, I was just breaking up the roots there because I was told if you do that, it helps the roots establish better once you put them in the ground. So here we're just adding dirt back around it and patting it down. And then I tried to clean up all the dirt around that was flung by the auger everywhere. Okay, on to the next. So we're just repeating the same process until we have them all in the ground. So this next one right here tried to test me. Apparently there was leftover weed barrier from the previous owner, and I drilled down far enough to snag it and twisted my wrist pretty good here. Had to take a little break for a minute there. Luckily it was just a tiny bit sore the next day. Alright, so we got the front end section planted. Now onto the long section here, still just repeating the process. It was a little tougher along the rock wall because apparently the previous owner had used pea gravel in this area, and the auger didn't really like drilling into that as easy, but it still worked and we got the job done. Also, I do recommend using one of these knee cushion things because I didn't at first and that rock was not a nice feeling on my knees. The cushion made things 100 times better. So here in a second, my phone actually overheated because it was right in the sun. So you don't see me plant the rest, but you get the gist. So I got all of those in the ground. So now I'm just giving them a really good thorough water before I head in for the night. Okay, so it's the next day, and look at these daisies. They are gorgeous. I love their color. They're so vibrant. Brandon was actually the one to pick these out, by the way, so props to Brandon on those. But today we went back to TLC and picked out 4 more flowers to fill in the space between the front end here and the long section across the front. I got some yellow daisies, some purple dianthus, and also a sage plant. So this space right here is actually where I'm going to put the 2 daisies and the dianthus to kind of fill in the gap here. Alright, so I planted the sage plant in this middle open area behind the gouvion rock here. I think it'll look nice once it's all full grown. It'll really fill in the space here. And over here, we've got the new ones, the yellow daisies with the purple dianthus in the middle. I think it turned out really good, but let me know what you guys think. That's all for today's video. Stay tuned for part 4. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.